I'm not even gonna try pretending that I have superpowers. Chronicle. Trust me, this movie has nothing to do with newspapers at all. So, Chronicle is yet again another found footage movie. I really am not a big fan of the found footage subgenre. It just seems like a gimmick to me, kind of like 3D or something. It's just not nothing that really appeals to me. Follows the story of a teenage boy who is pretty much a loser. He's kind of depressed, you know. He's one of those kids. He doesn't have very many friends. His best friend is his cousin that he hangs out with a lot. And he goes to this one party. He meets up with this one dude and his cousin, and they all go into this magical pit somewhere, and I don't know, and they get superpowers magically and then start goofing off, and there goes our story. Now, like I said, this is a found footage movie, and in my opinion, that's just a big gimmick. You know, you got all the shaky cam, and it's just a good way to make a movie that people will go and see for a lot less money, and it's just too gimmicky for me. But is Chronicle different from all the others? Sort of. This movie is good. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of weirdness to this movie that I just really didn't like. First off, I just hate the motivation that the main character in this movie has. Why the heck is he starting to record his life? He's a pretty poor kid. He goes out and spends all of his money on this giant camera that looks like it would be a lot more expensive than the one I'm using now, which is like $250. And why is he spending money on this? And then why all of a sudden does he start to record his entire life? His dad hates him. His mom's dying of cancer. What the heck is going on with this kid? One thing I just didn't like about this movie is I found the characters extremely unrelatable. And a lot of people are talking about, oh, the characters are so relatable. Why did I just get a British accent? They're so relatable because they're high school kids, and I'm a high school kid. Yes, I'm a high school kid, but no, I don't go to parties. I mean, I go to parties, but I don't go to parties, drink a ton of beer, get high off of weed, have sex after the party. No, I'm not doing that stuff. I plan to have a life when I grow up, so I don't find any of that crap relatable. Sorry if it seems like I go off on a little bit of a rant here. I actually really enjoyed this movie, but I think it's extremely overrated. It has like 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, which in my opinion is ridiculous. Now, what works in this movie? The performances, for the most part, I mean, none of the actors are recognizable, so I don't even need to tell you who they are. They're good. They're very good. You know, these guys are pretty funny. You know, their performances are pretty. They seem very natural, which is kind of obvious because it's a found footage movie, and the guys are pretty good in this film. The movie is pretty funny, and one thing that I really liked is the way these characters handled what they were doing. They basically kind of did like what I would do if I got these powers: go to Walmart and mess with people, make teddy bears, scare little girls, build Legos. Especially, that's something that I would definitely do, if you know me, with my superpowers. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the film. But this movie just spins out of freaking control at the end. For heaven knows why, the main character goes mentally insane. He basically kills his dad. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna spoil crap for you. If you haven't seen Chronicle, it's out on DVD now. Go rent it at the Red Box, watch it on Netflix or whatever the heck you have. But he goes like insane. He basically kills his dad, and he starts going around killing people in the city for no apparent reason. The thing that I found the most funny at the end of this movie is the way the main character dies. Oh my goodness, my friend and I were just like laughing out loud when we saw how he dies. I'm not going to spoil that death for you. That's worth watching the movie. Not really, but that is worth a pretty good laugh if you want to watch the movie. Just thinking about it. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. Chronicle is fun. Chronicle has cool effects. It's got some pretty good acting. I find it very unrelatable in some aspects. It gets out of control at the end. And the motivations just are beyond me. I'm going to give Chronicle a 6 out of 10. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's definitely worth a rental. It wasn't really worth seeing it in the theaters. It's a very strange movie. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I would say watch it if you're bored. So, this is Lego Lee. Well, this is actually not Lego Lee. This is Lee Parham, but I'm also known as Lego Lee. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out more movie reviews. And I hopefully will upload more, like I promised. And then I didn't upload for like 2 weeks. Don't want to have that happen again. See you guys.